Hello and welcome everyone to Mission Mastery Premium High Ticket Courses Training. Today we are going to shift gears. We're going to work on your light leadership and start creating those incredible life-changing careers. And it all starts with creating clarity. Once again, a reminder that the two trajectories on this course is embodied enlightenment, the Yang Mastery training, Yang Medicine training. We are now up to schematic 5, the golden hour, the golden age, your enlightenment journey. The whole thing is blasting your body with photons to save the day. Also, we work on enlightenment for others. That's this. This is the light leadership training. Our missions today in light leadership training are quite simple. We are going to do a light leader review. So we're going to look at bioenergetics. We're going to look at all these things. We're going to learn about the 5 C's of light leadership. We're going to learn about high ticket sales in their game plan. And we're going to look at signature course clarity and mission statements. So closing up our bioenergetics journey, the 5 defense structures. We have now learned the bioenergetic personality defense structures, their gifts, their challenges, their extreme cost, and when you blast it with yang light, the new life that comes from it. So we've learned, and you're going to use those when you write copy, when you communicate to your growing light leader communities that you're growing as the light leader that you are. And you're especially, I find, you use those bioenergetic structures on your enlistment calls, your breakthrough calls. These aren't sales. They're checking to see if people are ready for your program. So learning those defense structures, totally critical. We have the schizoid, the oral, the rigid. The schizoid, the oral, the masochist, the rigid, and the psychopath. We also have bioenergetic process work. We've learned how to do that. You sit, you ask questions, you let things happen, unravel, unfold. You go through the whole process, and then often after they've done through it, I'm sorry, my cursor is back to going a little bit crazy, so I hope you can just stick with me a little bit here as let me get this figured out. Bioenergetic process work. We learned dream therapy through that same process. And then we just learned this incredible white-black shadow work that no one else is doing on the planet. Double diamond, like heal that stuff, your little demons quick. I'm super proud of this. So really give yourself a huge energy hug, big pat on the back. You are creating certainty that no one else out there is. Trust me, no one else is learning this on the level we are. And they have the Yang medicine to do it. And today, for those light leaders that want to create their high ticket courses, this is when we teach you how to funnel all of that into something really remarkable. A streamlined, high ticket, absolutely change people's lives, including your own and your family's course. This is going to be a life changer if you choose this process and commit, if you're resourceful, if you're resilient. And that gets into the qualities you're going to need to cultivate for light leadership, for high ticket courses. Now, you will come into challenges with clients on trainings and such, but really, I think a lot of those challenges are showing up for yourself, getting your Facebook copy up there, group copy, finding that course, showing up, like, and knowing what it is, being very specific, showing up, and like being accountable. But all of these things, I'm getting into the 5 C's, you're going to need them. You're going to need them for every enlistment call you ever do. And I want my voice. If you need support and help, know this process works. Have that certainty and have the confidence. We're going to go through these 5 C's, like I said, but you're going to need it for this work. You know, if you've gone through 10 sales calls and haven't made one, you're going to need it to get to that 15 and make a sale. But the good news is, I've never gone that long. But if you do, it's okay. because sooner or later, someone's going to come on as you get that certainty, and you're going to be doing a lot better than you did doing individual sessions or whatever your day job was, generally speaking. Now, the first C, and we've gone over this a lot in this course, and I'm going to keep doing it. And see that beautiful lion, the lion of certainty, the lion of knowing, the lion of trusting, the lion of having gone out for at least 90 hours in the sun for your mastery hours. Hey, some of you have done 180. Like James out there, he's doing 2 hours a day like me. He's becoming a master as much as I am. He's juicing up his golden gut and opening his heart, and he kicked the shit out of depression in, like, I think he said 3 weeks. Had it for 5 to 6 years. War PTSD, fighting in Northern Ireland, fighting in Bosnia, like the worst places at the worst time of conflict. James did that and healed a lot of it. He went from 20% to 85% on his end of his second month. We just had our master call. In the last 30 days, he's getting that 90% certainty, 95, he says. So you have the certainty in the Yang medicine, have the certainty, start building it in your breakthrough problem, that breakneck thing that you can solve. Because you know it, because you did it in yourself. You did it with the master mind training we worked on daily, your gratitude and brag list daily, or at least weekly. You did it with going in the sun and juicing yourself with photons and doing schematic 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5, the golden God certainty. And for a month, we're going to blast your body with gold, create golden certainty in you, and start developing certainty around this course. One of the major ways to do that is to create the clarity we're going to create today and write your mission statement down and read it daily for certainty. People need you yesterday. There is, I call it energy plague. The planet is full of sick people. It's full of them. It's full of mediocrity. It's full of sad people living sad lives. It's like 1984 today, or The Matrix if you want to update. So they need your help. They need that breakthrough. They need the enlightenment. They need that next level, that next world. The me before, 85% core under, turned down energy to totally turned on power. And that brings in compassion, number 2. Notice I put certainty before compassion. I would argue all 4 of the things that follow certainty create certainty. It's only through true compassion, through listening to the other, witnessing. On these enlistment calls, you will, I call them breakthrough calls, energy breakthrough calls. You can call them whatever you want. Tantric breakthrough calls, kick depression now, PTSD is over calls, whatever you call that. You're going to need compassion. So you listen and you ask and you understand and you don't make assumptions even though you feel like you've been there before. You open your heart because you're going to know you're going to help them open theirs. And they're opening their heart just telling you about it. So compassion, compassion, compassion. And here's this giant, forceful, fierce lion being completely compassionate with a tongue lick. You are taking the lion's medicine. This is the lion power. This is the Yang St. Michael ferocity. It's a sword. It's meant to penetrate and cut through and illuminate everything from injuries to mental disorders to energy frozen stuff, core problems, to careers and love. And remember that compassion all the way through. Compassion often isn't the hardest quality to get with light warriors. Often they're very compassionate and very humble, but man, we need actually a lot more courage, a lot more, even a little pride in yourself, a lot of pride in your profession. Being proud, not like bad pride where arrogance, dude. A little arrogance probably can go a long way too. We're so afraid of courage. We're so afraid of stepping up, and it's the only thing that keeps us safe. That's going to put you in your power. Make your desire stronger than your doubt. Obsess over your dreams versus like I'm actually hearing your divorce, like being divorced from your core mission. You're going to need courage. It's like in the heart, the core in the heart, in that area, to go on your core mission and help other people reclaim their core energy and their courage. It's going to take a lot, man. There's going to be sales calls. You might go through 3 or 4 in a row where you didn't get that enlistment. I don't even like the word sales call, enlistment call. They didn't get it. They weren't the right fit. Well, now you're going to have to step up. You have to step up, back up, relax, and find that deeper courage to stand up and help them, be of service. Even if they don't sign up, you might be of huge service to everyone on those calls. Are you going to do it? Are you going to be big and powerful and fluffy and roar and help other people? Got to take courage. So I like more courage, more courage, more courage all the way through, guys. Confidence, all that sun energy is building it. When you have a 20% energy field, 30, 50, 85, I know what your confidence level is. When it's 90, 95, full of energy, that's the great cheat of what we do. We don't have to strain ourselves into perfect confidence through therapy or trying. We do it through mastery. We build our energy to mastery levels by working with an energy master and a star schematic that creates an alchemy bomb in your body. We grow confidence. We cultivate confidence. A lot of people, and this is part of that certainty, they're either all or nothing. I'm either a total great or total failure. That confidence is cultivated over time. It gets stronger and stronger. You fall off your horse, get up again. All these poor divine light warriors, I see them beating themselves up, throwing themselves on the ground, sabotaging, and all these guys need is courage, like encouragement, confidence. Like, they're divine light beings. And we want to see them succeed. We want to see their confidence. So cultivate your confidence daily. Hey, maybe confidence is 65. Before you started the program, it was probably 20. Cultivate your confidence and watch it bring in others. They magnetize it because so few people are in their energy power. A Sherman tank of energy throughout life. An oak of beautiful energy. A female, let's get a female example here. A giant female elephant of love. Right here, this feline, I believe. I'm playing with the cubs. Curiosity. You got to be super curious on the calls and throughout. I'm always curious. Well, what's that problem? How long has it come back? How did it affect you? What was it like with family? And you listen. You ask these questions. Oh my gosh, if you don't solve this, how's it going to feel 25 years from now? 10, 20, and you listen. What's the cost on your family? Listen. What's the cost on your finances? Listen. Mastery attention. A curiosity for your study. Learning more. Always like getting that leading edge and Da Vinciing it up. Marie Curie. Curiosity is key to success. So those were the 5 C's of light leadership. I didn't review them, and you know how I like to review, so we're going to go backwards. Curiosity, confidence, courage, compassion, and certainty. Those are keys to a full life, a life of meaning, and helping others rediscover meaningfulness. Man, I did not get that before I started this work, Yang medicine. How desperate people desire to be full of meaning, their energy. And I always say your life, your reality reflects your energy. If you're full of golden god, goddess energy, if you're like your inner Shakti, Shiva dudess, bolt, then you really get it if you have that extreme golden androgyny. But if you're full of meaning, full of light, confidence, love, courage, you help others create a life of meaning. Wellness, mental, spiritual, energetic, wellness, physical wellness, you transmit that to others and they learn it. So this is the art of high ticket sales, of creating a deep career light meaning in your life and building abundance in a very streamlined, focused way, much like this course, to build your career, build your finances, build your light empire, you might say, of love and joy and awesomeness and chivalry with others, your sovereignty, and show others people how to do it. Give them the light so they can do the medicine. Now, it's just like the gym. You do your best, you show up, You outperform, overperform with clients, but sometimes some of them may not step up. They won't lift the weights. Most will. Most will get the results because they're ready and they love this work. Now, the old world of this is, and man, do I know this well because I suffered in it for years. It's individual sessions that don't heal anyone and leave healers penniless and powerless. It's about, sorry, once again, the cursor. It's about some, it's about some special, it's not about some special technique the healer is obsessed with. The old world, it's about that, and it's not about a major result. It's like, oh, I do vortex healing, or oh, I do theta this. So you notice it's always about that thing. Yeah, when I talk to people, I tell them about yang medicine because it works. But I don't do that until I tell them about a little bit about the solutions. Really what it's about is a major result that they are specifically looking for, that they desire. You know, the old way is it's individual sessions that don't heal anyone and leave healers penniless, powerless, living in their basements, in maybe co-op communities with hygiene that's not so great. It's not professional. It's not badass. It's not this new level of life core laser surgery. Do you want to be a laser surgeon or do you want to be a half-ass Reiki person? It's kind of that thing. Not that you can't incorporate Reiki, sure. But the old way, it's not working because tons of people are unhealed and there's not many professional people out there that I see. If it were working, everyone would be happy right now and there'd be tons of healers and healers of healers. So this is the new way. It's not about that special technique. It's about a major result. And apologies for this, guys. You're stuck. The old ways, you're stuck with hands-on, no travel, not much of a future. Oh, this retreat model, I use it all the time. You do one-off retreat where you use all your expenses, a few people come out, and there's no ongoing consistency. There's no ongoing, I can serve dozens, hundreds, even thousands of people wherever they're at and be wherever I'm at. I can travel the world. I can ski veil in my free time, come down, heal people, do my core stuff, my individual sessions, do a breakthrough call, and get on the mountain. I can star surf in Sicily. Let's get to that, the new world. Premium result-oriented courses. Your enlightenment journey in helping others. You are traveling to beautiful places. You're making a wealth of money. Good things are happening. People are attracted to it. You get to buy things. You get to buy the organic food and power up and have the power diets and all these things you've been craving. You get to buy all the full spectrum lights and you get to tip people and like abundance flows from you. That's a new world. And it's a world that gets results and can serve thousands of people. Premium result-oriented courses. That's it. This changed my life forever. It's so simple, and yet it radicalized everything. And I knew so few healers that were really, really doing this. And none of them use yang medicine. The new world, energy laser surgery, it's not about your modality, significant health, and it's a life change for your client. There's always a before, and there's like a line in the sand, and there's the day after. That's what's so cool about this stuff. Maybe I'm just going to disconnect that and see how we do. It got worse. Wow, guys, I really do apologize for this thing, but you guys are going to deal with it too. There's always going to be some tech thing. You know, I've had coffee on the keys in the middle of live calls. I've had cursor going crazy in this. You just adjust, you move through it. You know, you can always re-record later on when you've got time. But just keep in mind, these kind of things, they just happen when you follow it. Trust me, you're going to run into a million things. It's important to be resilient, and we'll get into that next week. So have a little resilience with our cursor situation, and I'll figure it out as we go here. 8 to 12-week courses that offer major specific result, not about the healing process. And we'll get into that more. 3 things: light leadership. contribution, lifestyle, and income. Contribution is like you want a huge contribution to the culture, to society, to all of these things. And that's what we offer with these high ticket courses. There's no like wondering what you're doing with your life, lost in the fog. What am I even offering? No, you offer one major contribution to many people. And you get to feel that. Maybe you write a book about it. Maybe you have a TED Talk and a speaker series. It's your contribution to the world. Lifestyle. You get this great lifestyle that I've been preaching for a while now. It sucks to be poor and be a healer. I like to dress nice, wear business clothes, fly around, take my girlfriend places, eat at nice places. Oh my gosh, travel. Really what I want you to do is enlighten your body, enlighten your mind, enlighten your spirit, and travel and follow the star around the planet. Follow the sun. Do you want to be in Sicily? Like buying some nice fashion. Okay, maybe it's hemp organic this. All right. Eating some nice arugula and going to the Amalfi Coast whenever you want. It's totally there for you when you commit. So that's the lifestyle. I want to grow my family, feed my dog well, feed my girl well, feed my friends well, take care of people, get my family. Like, I just want to fly them to Italy, actually. That's a big goal. So you have your lifestyle. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Tibet? Do you want to parachute in like Cancun and get sun there while healing people? You get to do that with this. So I'm really encouraged this new quantum renaissance lifestyle. And then there's income that allows it all to happen. That's what these courses do. It kind of says a mark and it's about result. You pay for a result. Hey, I went in, my arm was broken, now it's not. Oh, I had my eyes, I did laser surgery, and now it's done. So you're offering a major result, and that's why this works. That's why people show up. And that's why it's easier, honestly, to sell high income courses than low end band-aids that don't even work anyway. Whether it's this ebook, oh my gosh, how many have you seen? This ebook, oh, this one-off individual session, intro session, um, this gets a result, and that's why people show up for it, pay for it, and then you get to grow and they get to grow. So this is our high ticket game plan for, as many of you say, healing the fuck out of people and traveling the world. Chewing gum and kicking ass. Chewing bubble gum and kicking ass, I think as some people say. Now our game plan is quite simple. We're going to get clarity on your offering. This might take time. You may have to revisit this video. You may have to think about this for a week or two, 3, 4. That's okay. We've got time. But eventually you're going to need to get clarity on what your specific offer is, what the exact result is, what the price is, the length of the course, the components, how to communicate to warm networks. So we get the whole course, and then we get how to communicate to warm networks, how to build and to communicate to your cold networks. We get your Facebook going. We get you to be a leader of these things. We get you to agitate, problem solve. There's a whole marketing technique that works wonders. And then you're like, wow, why are people suddenly reaching out to me when they never would? Why do I have 5 breakthrough calls when I'd have 0 when I used to send stuff out to my list? Or you grow your list or your Facebook group. Why is this working? Because we're using a whole different strategy that other people smarter than me, entrepreneurs, like business people, helping transformational people like you, have trained me how to do. You are getting like 10 years of study in 4 weeks' time. And we're going to just totally blow away what we thought the healing world can be. So game plan, we get clarity on your offer, result, price, length, and course components. That's today. We're going to do all that today. Later, communicate to warm networks. How do you write an email? How do you get people excited? How do you get them to feel their pain so they'll actually make a real decision of transformation instead of going for another Band-Aid, and they're lost for years? When people come to me, they've been lost for years. You're going to find that too. And you're going to need to learn how to articulate that in agitate, problem solve posts, or you're going to enjoy that and not need to, and how to build and in your Facebook groups. And then we're also going to do the same on how to do enlistment calls, breakthrough calls. People could call it a sales call, but they're life change call. And there's one formula we use that gives us an advantage over 99% of all the other healers and life coaches out there. So if you use this one thing, and to the best of your ability. Everyone's always perfectionist, but if you just do your best and keep mastering it, keep going over how to do it, you are going to make enlistments more than anyone out there. You're going to hit your income goals. You're going to be able to serve many, many people, and you're going to get to free up your time like so many people reach out to me to. $20 per hour for a divine being, not acceptable after some time. So this might be a transition plan for you. Maybe it takes 3, 6 months, 9 months to really get flowing. Maybe you have a regular job and this is your passive job until this starts kicking the shit out of your regular job. I love that. That's the best way, I think, to start in some ways. No desperation on your healing. You do it, and then you have the best second passive income job in the world. And eventually that ends up being your leading income. And that becomes a nurturing nest for you to grow your life and help many other people. People often think light healing, light work, energy work is a nice hobby. It's a nice thing to do on the side. I think it's a nice nest egg. It's a nice thing to sit on. It's a nice foundation to let you do your books, your art, your speaking. But no one thinks like that. It's supposed to be the extra thing. For me, it's the core thing that the rest of my life is based on. And maybe that's where I feel like I'm a lot more focused than a lot of my friends out there. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a YouTube thing and I'm doing this thing and I'm thinking about creating a collaborative network. But meanwhile, they're not making money. I always know that. They're not focused and they're not on their light mission a lot of the time. This will give you the advantage if you show up, do the 5 C's, and do the work. So here we go. Course, clarity, your mission statement. Clarity is key. When you get this, the rest of this follows. If you don't do it, you're stumbling and fumbling and wondering, what the fuck am I doing still? When you pay attention, you go deep, you do this, maybe you go back and go a little deeper, you're going to get your mission statement that is going to create the entire foundation and roadmap for your high ticket course, for your future prosperity, for the clients you're going to work with, for those that you refuse to, because you will. You'll say, I can't invite you to this course. It's not a sales call. It's an enlistment call. You're going to say who you don't like, who you will work with, and the result they're going to get, and what you even get in an energy exchange. A financial enriching energy exchange for such a important service. So I want you to pick a monthly income goal and write 50 reasons why this is your goal. Now, this could be for down the road. Like my monthly income goal, a little bit down the road, is 25K. Why? 50K. And that's totally doable with high ticket courses. You might say, wow, that's a lot for a light worker. Or you might say that's a little. Some CEO coming on that runs Nike, that's fine. Or Mac, maybe it'll be a little more politically correct. But for a light worker, you can be like, wow, that's a lot, 25, 50K a month, 250K a year. Maybe your income is an annual that you're excited about. Maybe you want to start with 100K. When I started, I wanted to make 10K a month. And when I realized, wow, I only have to sell a few courses, it becomes much more doable. So I want you to pick a monthly income that gets you doing the happy dance. Maybe it's something you can do in 2 years. Maybe it's 5 years. Is that one that gets you to Italy? Maybe it's a year. Maybe it's the first month coming out of the gate. And then I want you to write 50 reasons why that's so important. Well, it lets me really support my family. It lets me buy all the tech gear I need to run my business. Well, that income 2 years from now, I want to hire people to do my breakthrough calls. I want to have a team. I want that income because I want my PTSD program to be its own empire. And PTSD really isn't something that's going to, like, thousands upon thousands of people will be healed. 50 reasons why you want this monthly income. Oh, I want to start this amazing EDM band. I need the juice. I need to pay people. Oh, I actually want to start to paint. I need to get trained. I need to do this. I need to do that. Oh, I want to travel the world. I want to do first class and know what that actually means and get paid for, see the benefits of my value. You're allowed to do all of that. So I want you to write 50 reasons. Maybe you want a cool ass car to go around in, like James Bond or Laura Croft. Your 50 reasons. And then we get into so do that. Like, take a moment, do it now. Pause the video and write your 50 reasons. Just do it. Just do it. If you don't do it now, you're not going to do it later. Pick a monthly income. Maybe if you revisit it, that's fine, but I want you to just stop and write the 50 reasons right now. What is that income that makes you do the happy ends? Maybe it's 15,000. First couple, like month 6, you want to be making 15,000 a month. Totally doable. A year, maybe it's 25,000. Doable. Maybe it's just 5,000. Finish it first, like 3 months out. Finish that, like, finish that job. Leave the job. That's fine. Write it as one of your 50 reasons. Just pause, do that, take a moment, and then we'll move on. Now, an offer is a vivid statement of the outcome you deliver. It's not your brilliant approach. We've talked about that. So we're going to be looking at what is the specific offer that you solve. What? Oh, hmm. What is the problem you solve? So how do we do that? They're not buying their way into something. They're buying their way out of something. It's not about the vortex healing. It's not even about yang medicine. It's not about theta, theta this or somatic energy, or it's not that. It's, can you heal PTSD? Can you heal depression? Can you take women, professional women, from depression to joy? Can you help arthritis? Can you solve all these autoimmune stuff, like help with that? Yang medicine is great at that. And there's so many autoimmune diseases. Gut stuff, a huge problem for people. What is that breakneck problem? That's what I've been talking about. Ambulance, laser, surgeon model. Be specific about it. What is that thing that you are absolutely healing? What is the one thing that, like, their life totally changes when you solve that problem? So I actually have to, oh, here we go. As we go a little further, and you have to be specific. This is a specific outcome. It's not a little thing. So think about all the problems you can solve. You choose one, and that's the focus of your high ticket course. One thing. Now, don't worry about pigeonholing yourself. Like James, I know he's so excited about doing the enlightened businessman training, going into something like that. But first, he needs to be a little more of a successful businessman, he realized. So he's done war, helping people. He wants to help people with PTSD. And as a soldier that has really totally healed that, depressive things, he knows how to help others through that journey. So yes, maybe he'll make his money off helping PTSD at first, but he doesn't have to pigeonhole himself. He can move on to the enlightened businessman, especially as he's become a very successful um, light warrior, professional light warrior. It's not about life coaching. It's not about yang medicine. Those are not problems. It's not even like I help spiritual women. I help entrepreneurs who have a woo-woo side. That is not the problem. And this is the big hint. Your issue may be your major result. Your issue may be your major result plus signature course. So people who come into me, and a lot of people come to me with like bipolar. That seems to be a thing, and someone diagnosed them with bipolar. So, okay, that's a great high ticket offering, helping people be totally free and liberated from bipolar. Or let's at least say our Yang Medicine 95% version of that, right? You may have come in because of depression. You may have come in because of rash stuff. Tons of people have rash stuff, and there's like no healing for rashes out there on the planet, it seems like. And you healed your rash. Great. You may have had horrible migraines, headaches that are just unstoppable. Do you know how much that lays people down? Maybe there's major bone stuff you were able to heal. All of that stuff, whatever your thing is, a lot of things about mood, depression, addiction, people really need help with that. And once you figure out what that is, and you can choose for many things, you find that, like all the problems, you find one. and you figure out who you are solving this for. One major niche, target market. So for me, generally at Young Medicine, it's like energy healers and people who want to be energy healers. That's really my main market for certification. And in some ways, it's a little broad. You guys doing like, I'm helping people with war veterans with depression. Oh, I'm helping professionals use Yang Medicine just to hit next levels in their career and gain confidence for the first time ever. Oh, I'm helping women get into their true goddess power through Yang Tantra, through the masculine. That's powerful. So that's the who you, apologies again here, just resilience. Who are you solving this for? In one major niche. What's the target market, right? And now once you write that, what the target market is, and take a moment, pause. Who am I doing this for? People with PTSD, people suffering with long-term depression, people with arthritis issues that are unstoppable, people who are creatives and totally stuck down. Let's look at this for a second from our 5 bioenergetic types. Schizoids who can't get out of bed and leave the house. People who are totally terrified of social situations and want to be lions. Good schizoid medicine. People are totally creative but don't have the power to bust through financial success. Creative, schizoid. Masochist. Oh, people are working all the time and they need to bust through to the next level boss. Things like that, you know? People, workaholics. Masochists, people that just are really subservient. They need, like, I'm just thinking of like a breakthrough problem. Let's look at oral addictions. Addictions would be, oh gosh, you know, alcoholism would be a huge one. Smoking, huge oral one. You know, all these things, maybe overuse of marijuana. All of these things you could do is breakneck problems. Addictions, man, there's a million addiction things that they don't work. The autoimmune stuff, there's a million medications and they're so long and the names are itis, this and that for the diseases, and they don't really work. Big pharma gets big, people suffer, you know, and it's not paying the right people. If you don't do this work, the wrong guys will. And that's how it's working right now. So who are you solving this for? I want you to write that down. It might be part of the problem. It might be a certain niche. It's $1 million problem for $1 million niche. What's your target market? Write it down. Take a moment, feel into it. Take a few minutes. Who do you really want? Who's close to you? What's your warm network look like right now? Like James wisely said, I'm going to wait on the businessmen stuff and work with all these veterans that I know and all this other stuff. And I know how to heal PTSD because I've done it. PTSD, I often thought, what does that stand for? Paranoid, trauma, I'm just making up stuff, stress, depression. Like those could be target markets right there. And with those, he has a lot of problem, agitate, solve emails and posts around those 4 words. So write your target niche. You think of about all the problems you solve. You choose one for the focus of your course, and then we write what that niche is. Okay, pause and do that. And now, once you have your niche, you know who you want to work with. People suffering from long-term this or that, this, that. I want you to write 3 characteristics of clients you want to work with. Now, I can help you. Here are clients I love to work with. They have to be resourceful. I like clients who are committed. I like clients who want to be desire master Jedi, next level, really want it. They have to want major transformation. These are things. You might say you need people who financially show up. I think that's huge. That's the biggest block for most people. People who can financially commit and show up. You could write people who truly appreciate my medicine, my work, or this medicine and this work, in my time. People who really value what I offer. That's fine. People who just kick ass and are going for it. Those 3 characteristics. So I want you to think about it. Hit pause. Look at this. Read it. Like connect with your inner guidance. Connect with your energy and say, what are the top 3? Maybe there's a few that can kind of fit into one. 1, 2, 3. These are the characteristics of clients I want to work with. So hit pause, take a moment, do it. Just do it. And now you write 3 traits of clients you absolutely don't want to work with, right? These are the ones you don't want to work with. Okay, I can help you with this one too, guys, because I don't want to work with, first and foremost, people who half-ass it. They kick the tires. Um, they don't commit. They're still dabbling, and they just want to stay there. I don't work with those people. I don't work with people who can't financially commit. I don't work with people who don't have accountability. What do you want? Who are those people? Like, what are those traits? Absolutely. Oh, they're in a victim state of consciousness and really going to, they're determined to stay with that. And you'll use these um, on your enlist calls because you'll ask them about that. You know, you need to vet who comes into this because you've seen it yourself. Yang medicine requires something. This is not just like, yes, I do think it's like the Matrix orange pill. And instead of waking up to nasty aliens and or robots in this, you wake up to a beautiful eternal reality. But you have to show up. It's not just a simple pill. It's one you master and you do over time. So maybe it's like people who aren't interested in going all the way. People who seem overly negative and not willing to change. I really think people stuck in victim consciousness, that's a big one. So just think about it in your own life, in the work you've done, people you've worked with, trainings you've done with others, life coaching. Maybe it's teamwork where you saw, wow, that one really wrecks a team. You don't want them in your program anyway. You don't want everybody. Even if they have a ton of money sometimes, you're like, nah, you're not a right fit. You know, the three traits you absolutely don't want to work with. So pause, take a moment, write it down. And then we get into the hell. You got to know this. Like, what is the past, present, and future of where they're at? And you're going to find people with yang medicine, people under 85% core energy, which is unfortunately, and maybe the whole problem of civilization, is most people are under 85%, right? So they're all in some type of like hell, and a lot of people don't realize it. There is a little bit about a lot in this work about letting people see how bad it actually is versus their imagined way. So you go into, well, I want you to write it down. If you're doing PTSD, what's the past hell of that? What did it look like? How long have you had that problem? What has been the ultimate cost? What jobs have you missed? What confidence? What romance? What family? What has been the ultimate cost in the past? And just don't do it like notes. You got to go into what the hell. When you have PTSD, the past, you've spent the last 5 years waking up miserable, waking up afraid of the day, fearing that next bill, fearing social contact. You go into that. You go into the present. Currently, maybe it's good to start with the present hell even. People who don't do my program will be stuck with addiction. They will be stuck every day wondering if they're worth meaning. They will be like wrecking their family lives, hiding from this dark shadow from this. Go there. Go into their present hell. How they're not going anywhere in their job, in their life. With core energy, I have to get really into people and like, wow, okay, so let me ask you more. And literally it's like, my whole body's in pain most of the time. Well, where is it in pain? Oh my gosh. So I get in their hell and I'm like, people who don't do this with yang medicine, let's see, they will live at 20% energy levels, 50%. Their confidence will be nil. They will be living drained, limp celery type of lives. There's a lacklusterness. There's a stuckness. Sometimes they're just in energy hell. Their mind is just cluttered with junk. Their energy system cluttered, their guts will be miserable and angry and they'll have to be by the bathroom. Write the hells down of whatever your specific niche is, okay? Take a moment. Don't take a moment. Write down like at least a paragraph of what it looks like. So you know the value of what you offer. Maybe write a page. Just stop now, pause, take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes. I suggest even taking 15 minutes. This hell is huge for people. And you can always go back to this Go back to these important foundational notes when you're writing your agitate, when you're writing the mission statement we're about to get into. But this is going to be key. And it took me the longest time to learn this. You have to go there. They're just not going to sign up. They're not going to go deep. I listened to all the marketing guys on this and that, and I was so resilient. You might be too. It's okay, but you better get over it if you really want people to change. Because otherwise you're offering band-aids and, oh, I'll put this little applicant on you and that. It's not like we need to go for core surgery, core heart, life, body, energy, spirit surgery. So go into the hell through the laser surgeon. Like you need to see the problem to then get out the medicine. Okay? So take time and do that. Next up, it's the heaven. What does their heaven look like when they've gone through this program? Write it down. Their heaven, with your help, man, it's more of a present future, isn't it? Like the future, and it's mostly just the future. Oh, here we go, the heaven. How amazing is their life now that the problem is gone? Be specific. Oh my God, all that weight off my shoulders. My heart is just totally open. I am full of power, and they're full of power and joy and rocking their career. They are sitting there wondering, how was I depressed and miserable for years? They're writing letters to their families saying, God, I'm sorry and I love you and life is awesome. They are celebrating financial victories they never fought. They are celebrating core gut issues like shining. They haven't thought about their gut in weeks. They feel pink energy in their bodies instead of all that nasty, like dark stuff. You just get very specific of how they feel post-addiction, post-PST, post-gut. Sometimes it's all the above, right? Post-problem. Maybe you help people heal family issues. It can be very general. Like I help mothers be the most kick-ass mothers in the world by getting into their sovereignty and bliss and joy. Yes, I help pregnant women do this. Pregnancy. You pick. I help men hit peak performance levels through yang medicine. It's got to be your thing. And often it's that issue that was the negative that becomes the positive. The hell and the heaven, it's that tantric unit we've been talking about. This is enlightenment, and this is an enlightenment mission. Oh, that heaven is now my heaven. That hell is now my heaven. And much of your journey is their journey. Write it down. You know best. Write about what it feels like because you know what it feels like. You lived through it. Go in there. Go how it feels like this. They wake up sensing this. They look at this. Get through the 5 senses of what a day of heaven after you do the day of hell and the past and the future cost. That's a huge thing for the hell is you got to get in. What's your life 5 years, 10 years, 25 years from now if you don't make that change now? What's your life 5, 10, 15 years if you do make that change? And you've already gone through this process. Those that sign up and do the work, you've been through this portal. You know how it's feeling. So you can articulate it more. And I just want to really say, your course is actually way simpler than you think. You've been watching my course, so you know how to develop your course. I think everyone's an innate teacher. So you find the 8 to 12 milestones to take them. You can even draw a circle on a piece of paper. Do this now. On the left, you write hell. Write a line all the way across that paper. Maybe you turn the paper horizontal so you get a lot of room. You can even do top to bottom. Make a line from hell down to heaven. And circle heaven, circle hell at the other end. This is your portal. This is your course. This is your result-oriented, the result-oriented high-ticket course that gets you to the resorts. In those 8 to 12 milestones, I just want to go through my notes. Make sure I am. Yeah, we get into it there. Good. Those 8 to 12 milestones are going to mimic a lot of what we're doing, but they got to be in your language. If you copy me, it doesn't work. Trust me, I've seen it. You got to do your thing. I suggest more streamlined, which we'll get in a second. So you solve a major problem, which we just discussed, and went through. You figure out your energy exchange. Is it 1,500 to 15,000 for that result? Most of the guys I know, they say start at 2,500, 3,000 lowest, 5,000 optional, ideal at least. Personally, I started at 1,500 because I needed to test things and go, and that was my lowest rate. then it's 2,500, then it's 35, then it's 5,000. And you can up it as you go, as you bring people on, as you get more confidence, as you value your time more in the result, and as you get that. And what do people show up more for? A $1,500 course or $15,000 course? That's why we do high ticket. 1,500 is a lot. That's a lot of work for 1,500. That's why I suggest more. And it's usually easier to sell the higher ticket courses. Maybe you start at 1,500 as your first runoff pioneering run. You may even get a few people in off that. But up over time, I suggest upping it. 5,000 course to get rid of addiction, that's not a bad deal. Your high ticket course, here are 8 to 10, 12 steps. Online, and I want to talk about that because the 8 to 12 steps, weeks, you've seen us do it in 12 weeks. I really suggest less than 10. 12 is a lot. 8 to 10, maybe 10 weeks would be the ideal number for something. You shorten the yang medicine in your own way. You have your individual trainings for week 1, week 2, week 3. You can get them on the schematics, but make sure to do it in your own words, your own images. Don't copy me. Do not copy me. It won't work. It won't work. It's not time to do a certification program. That's not what you're doing. You're fixing a breakneck problem. You're going out and changing the world. And you could do that in 10 weeks. Maybe the schematic for gets shortened. You need to put things in the language of your thing. Professionals, women who are middle-aged, parents of teenagers, whatever you got, war veterans. Put it in their language, their limit images. And I would say maybe 10 weeks is ideal. 12 can be a little bit of a stretch, but for certifying people, this course used to take 2 years. Barbara and Brendan still has people do it for 4 years without any yang medicine. I feel a little bad. We do it quick. But 3, I really did 3. I feel like for the first run out, we needed 3 months to juice you up, get you the results, and get you a master's course. I really feel like you show up, you do this, it's like a mastery degree, a master certification in this. Yours, I say 10 weeks is great. How do you do it? Do a lot of what I'm doing. Online video trainings with Zoom. It's great. Maybe over time you're watching this and the technology has changed. Zoom has not been my problem here. It's been that cursor. Oh, there it goes. Zoom, it works great. I tried GoToMeeting, all these other ones, but Zoom's the nice little money one right now. We'll see if it changes over time. Your star schematics. You'll have to create your own recordings. Don't use mine. Don't copy mine. It's not even going to be the right language for your program. But you can use that model and create your own and have people go out in the star and get the results the way you did. And even better, because you know your mission better than I do. So you have star schematics based on your mission. Sure, you can follow the formula 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suggest it. Do it in your way. Teach it in your way, in the video trainings and in the recordings, okay? It's super important. Do it your way, not mine. Your specific training from hell to heaven. So there's probably with the schematics, there's a training each week. Do this, do that, do this. If they're getting in the sun, and then I would say follow up with individual mastery calls, or you'll have a different name for that. But one-on-one calls, at least I think once a month, can really help out. And they love to get that. It's better to over-deliver than under-deliver. And I find individual calls are especially I don't jerk around on these calls anymore. I don't do hours-long processing. I'm like, okay, how's it going? What are your 2 main results you want overall? What do you want this month? How you been doing? How do we get there? And they love it because it gets that result versus, oh, let's make it more about the process and take forever. If your fridge is broken, do you really want someone to come over and take 12 hours? They worked on this and this and it didn't even get fixed. Sure, you had all their time, but you didn't get. I'd rather someone come over for an hour, fix the thing, and leave. This is like this. I want you to streamline your courses. Only put in the good stuff, the absolute what they need. Gosh, that was such a relief not to do a 2-year program and give you what you need to get in the nest, enlighten yourself, and go out. So you got to streamline this. Video trainings, schematic recordings, your specific trainings in those videos, and individual calls. And don't copy me. You can't do a yang medicine certification course. That's mine. Do your thing. Make it awesome. Use your yang medicine certification to cut out and lead your way. And just a note on your high ticket course, it's often a very good entryway to light leadership, to writing articles that get you clients, to being invited to speaking gigs and podcasts and being interviewed, and eventually writing that book. So I suggest picking a topic that maybe even you want to do a book on later. Or it's fun. I might even do an energy mastery book on this course. Definitely on my next course, The Return of the King. Now, your course mission statement, we've gone all over this preliminary stuff. What a high ticket course looks like. These are your milestones. So you want to write your 8 to 10 steps, I'd say, probably from hell to heaven, right? And now we're going to look at how to integrate that into a course mission statement, your roadmap to glory. This mission statement I did first when I learned from these guys and various modalities. It creates your whole program. It's amazing. So let's start your roadmap to glory right now. I want you to get a separate sheet of paper, and I want you to have all those notes ready that you already created. Okay, so you got your separate piece of paper and you have all these notes. Take a breath in, and you could even write mission statement at the top. My light mission statement, my light leader, my professional mission statement. And just write, I help. This is it. This is how we start. I help. Write the group of people. Excuse me. I help long-term sufferers of PTSD. I help war veterans. I help pregnant women. I help professional entrepreneurs. I help professional women entrepreneurs. I help entrepreneurs with a woo-woo side. I help surfers. I help dancers. It's limitless what you can do. I help nature shamans. God, I love some more shaman witchy stuff in there. Artists, hit next, whatever you got. I help group of people, write it in, solve, achieve, and this is that $1 million result, that breakneck problem. I help longtime sufferers of depression overcome it entirely so that they live meaningful, full, happy, joyous lives. That's what I want you to do. This is your mission statement. I help this type of people solve, achieve this result problem. I should have returned that around. Solve this problem, achieve this result, so that, Let's give it a try with some of the bioenergetics we learned just to practice, right? I help. I love James. Let's use a different one than Pete. I help people suffering from long-term family abuse finally let power up and release all of it, all of the depressive, abusive, drained energies, so that they finally live the full, joyous, prosperous lives they deserve, so they finally can create new family legacies of love, light, and joy. That's a family abuse. I help people suffering from sexual abuse overcome all their past traumas in intense situations and totally liberate themselves into their own sensual sovereignty, so that they can live independent. I keep going to joyous, right? Because it's always joyous, and maybe even have new romances and a new awakening. Great. So maybe that's where I say the new sensual lives. I help people with addiction. Maybe there's a real badass. I would teach a teacher who maybe went through meth how to help addicts of meth. I wouldn't let a meth addict on this program. Probably not. Unless it was like really special case, someone that was basically out of it. I help, but maybe someone knows, I help sufferers of meth addicts, opiate addicts. That's huge. Man, I wonder if people on this program have had opiate addictions. It's just so huge. Let's do that one. I help people with extreme opiate addictions or finally get juiced on the sun, power up, and release all of that, so that they, once again, live productive, I think meaningful is really a word, light, empowered lives. How about this? I help spiritual people Seekers who haven't gotten all the results finally get enlightened, embodied enlightenment in their body, so that they actually know what it's like to feel eternal, know what it's like to have star schematic synchronicities flowing all the time, know what it's like to feel like golden goddess confidence, and walk around like the Shakti of your reality. Write it down. Take a minute. Take a few minutes. This might be the most important sentence you write of your life. I help a group of people solve this problem, achieve this result, so that benefit. That's it. So once again, I suggest pausing right here, right here, and writing this down. All right. Apologies, guys. It's gone rogue again. All right, so I help a group of people solve this problem, achieve this result so that they get those benefits. Write it down, make it powerful. And we did the thing of clients you want. So write your top 3. I only work with clients who are totally committed to mastery, are ready to finally alleviate PTSD for good, are committed to achieving their goals, are totally resourceful, are financially committed. I think that's a huge one for people. Step up and are ready to impress me. Are ready for that next level, truly. Have been wanting this for a long time, and now, I only work with clients who I had want to breathe mastery. Write yours down. Take some time. Take a few minutes. This is your mission statement. You are, if you took every client, then you're like every girl that accepts, or every guy that accepts everyone at the bar. Don't do that. People get on breakthrough calls and they're like, oh, you just want to sell to me. I'm like, no, I actually need to see if you're a right fit. I do not invite everyone into this program. In fact, I don't know, at least 2/3 of the people I talk to do not get invited to this program. They're not ready. And when you have that laser surgeon framework, which is what you need to do professionally through the whole thing, I believe, is have that laser surgeon like professional framework, then you decide. I only work with clients who 1, 2, 3. Write it down as your professional surgeon. See yourself sunning in the Mediterranean doing your courses. Who are those magic clients, the amazing clients that show up, who want change, who want the result? I always say you have to want major significant change to work with me. If not, not a good fit. Do that for a few minutes, hit pause, take a break. Do it. Do it now. And now we are absolutely going to reject clients who are wishy-washy, who are victim conscious, aren't ready to get out of victim consciousness, who aren't committed. They're at like a 6 or 7 level, who are not resourceful, who blame others. If there's one I have to say of all, if someone blame, be very cautious. Very cautious of letting them into the program. Who won't financially commit, who don't want to invest in their future, who aren't willing to change. Write it down. I absolutely reject these clients who don't respect my work, who don't show up. Clients who, what else do I run into? Don't follow their word, who aren't honorable and chivalrous to the best of their ability. You write it down. I absolutely reject these clients. Take a few minutes. And then we have, to begin our mission statement, I only work with clients who, I absolutely reject clients who do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're always welcome to change on later, but for now, that's good stuff. Write it down. This is your golden roadmap to your high ticket course. Now I want you to write, without my help, these clients will. And I want you to list the 3 major hells. So let's talk about a psychopath. And we're doing a course on intimacy, extreme intimacy. Like you're really been it's more like psychopath rigid, and you're going from totally shut down robot to intimacy. So their three major hells for a psychopath is going to be their chest is just totally compacted and shut down and painful. They are having anger rages all throughout the day and going on Twitter. Psychopath might be addicted to cocaine. They're doing coke, in the bathroom every morning, afternoon, and evening, doing it 10 times a day. Without my help, these clients list the three major hells. Oh, what's the hell of PTSD? Oh, you wake up like in a bad mood that's chronic, I call it toxic mood syndrome all the time. Oh, and along with that is horrible gut issues and along with that comes, the lack of social life, career, and everything else. Write down the three major hells, but be specific. They will wake up feeling like this. Without my help, these clients wake up, da da da. They fall asleep sad because they never got to, is Claudia, my partner, she teaches Tantra. They'll never find their deep dream partner. For me, I have, they'll just keep that depression on for years. They'll never be their light warrior self and step up to a profession. They'll always be living at mom's house, on the sofa, doing some Reiki here and there with their friend. With my help, they are lost. Often without your help, these people will stay lost. Get into the lost, get into the hell, three major hells. So your extreme value. This is where we're going in as light warriors and blasting. Just take time, hit pause if you need to, write those down, take a few minutes. And then we're going to talk about this makes their life a living hell because, and put three long run costs. What is the cost A, B, and C? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, because depression. I meet people who have been depressed for 20 years, 30, 40, going back to childhood. If they don't pick up their core energy, if they don't go through this course, they will, let's say we're doing a depression course, they will stay depressed for 20 years. They will never get that job that they want. They will never find the family they want. They will always be powerless. In some ways, I think that's really the thing you're healing with everyone. They'll never be turned on and full of power. They'll be wondering where their life went. Why didn't I fulfill my light mission? Why couldn't I help out my war veterans and move through suicidal thoughts like James helping? James is helping people. Kind of my example. Paula, she was talking about she's a magical one. She's talking about doing things for women. There's some people on this, like having women really hit their bliss and overcome long-term stuff. But you got to get into their health, the long-term cost. What does it look? A year, 5, 10, 20 years. What does that cost have on their families, on their friends, on their careers and lives? So I want you to take a pause and write it down. And you're going to get very good at this the more you work with clients. 3 long-term costs. And when they feel that, they'll stop going for every little Band-Aid and make a commitment for real change, which is what we offer. So once again, just take a moment, hit the pause, maybe take 5, maybe take 10 minutes and write 3. This makes their life a living hell because 3 long-term costs. So far I only work with clients I absolutely reject clients who do this. So it's all the clients you work with, their 3 qualities, the ones you don't, the 3 qualities you reject. Without my help, these clients will list their 3 major current hells. And then this makes their life a living hell because, and how it will continue if they don't get your help immediately. People will immediately sign up for your courses when they find this out, when they see there's no alternative. They've done all the other things and they didn't work. It's time for real change. This makes their life a living hell because of 3 long-term costs. And list them. Next, but with my help, these people will have joyous, sunny moods for the first time in their lives. Will feel like they were a kid again when they've been miserable for 10 years. They will finally juice up that gut and core issue. They will move those cysts through. They will dissolve all that pain in their heart. Those migraines go away. Their careers are shining. Their heart is joyous and like a sun. Write down the 3 benefits they get from your specific course, from healing that one thing. This benefits everything in their life because, and just a reminder, you pick this one thing now, but you're not pigeonholed. You can change later. Once you know this formula, trust me, I'm going to be teaching a men's tantric extreme group sometime later down the road too. And I'll use the same formula. This is a formula that will stay with you, well, until they get a lot smarter with how to do these courses. You could probably use this for the next few years at least, changing up things. But with my help, these people will list your 3 benefits. They will wake up feeling like the most badass they've ever been in their lives. They will be the Jedis of their career. They will be mothers who are the most power-filled, creative, nurturing parents ever, creating a new light legacy that just ended all that old stuff. You are doing a huge intervention of generations of legacies in genetics and energy, in behavioral patterns and thoughts, the whole thing. So write down 3 benefits, extreme benefits. But with my help, these people will take a moment, take 5 minutes, write that down, hit pause, look at it, get it right. Now, this benefits everything in their life because, and we do 3 long-term benefits. What does their career look like in 5 years now that they've become a badass? What is their relationships? What is it like being totally addiction-free for 5 years? And what have they built with their miracle gardens? Write their miracle gardens, their heaven. So we had 3 long-term hell benefits, 3 long-term heaven. Get into the juice of this. Take a few minutes and write it down. This benefits everything in their life because the extreme heaven, the extreme benefits of what you do. And then once you do that, I do this by, and you list the milestones. Well, when I did this, I do this by teaching yang medicine and through video trainings. I do this by getting people through schematic. I power them up with schematic 1 and 2, total system power up. And then we melt and move everything with the extreme Jedi moves of the Victory Ascent. I do this by the golden hour, the visionary summit of melting your whole body energy into golden light, bringing in the golden Godhead for everybody. Or if you're a quantum person, atheist, say, totally transforming your energy in your body to light. We do this through weekly video trainings of yang medicine and energy mastery. We do it through mission mastery and teaching people how to get their enlightened missions after they enlighten themselves. Kind of my short version, I do this by enlightening others and teaching them how to enlighten others through courses, right? That's what I do. I also, my milestones would be, really, I love the base camp, which is total system power up, extreme core surgery, which is our Victory Ascent, and I do it through enlightenment training through the Visionary Summit. And we have these star recordings that you go in and you practice with. I really demand mastery in hours for people who want the results. So I really give the individual attention to have calls, make sure they're scheduling it, make sure they're doing that in there. So I also do it by individual calls, video trainings, giving them accountability support with Q&A calls, with Facebook groups and such like that. So you can name things in your course too. But the milestones are essentially what your course offers and does, what it does, the training. And you do it by this, and given these life-changing results, my fee is just, and then you give a number. You give that magic number. Think about that while I go back and just show you the process. I only work with clients who, 1, 2, 3, resourceful, committed, want to really want major change. I absolutely reject clients who are lazy, half-assed, can't commit, victim conscious, whatever you got. Without my help, these clients will You list your 3 major hells. This makes their life a living hell because 3 long-term costs. But with my help, these people will, you have your 3 benefits. This benefits everything in their life because 3 long-term benefits. I do this by, and then you have some of your milestones, by teaching them how to enlighten their body or how to get addicted to the sun instead of this. And I do it through star schematics and professional training and whatever your unique angle is on this. Put it in there. We want your angle. Don't copy me. What are your milestones? Sure, you can use the schematics in your way, record it, but give your milestones. Give your unique signature on the whole thing. You know, James is a warrior healing PTSD. I'd like to see a lot of images like that. Someone's doing professional business coaching. Do something with suits and Ferraris, all those kind of things. All right. Given these life-changing results, my fee is just, how much are you charging for your first course? The second round of courses, you might do this mission statement and up that from 1,500 to 2,500, 3,500. 4,500, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 15,000. People pay $15,000 for energy healing courses all the time. For medicine, you got to grow there. So giving these life-changing results, my fee is just ... What's your fee out the deck? The people I work with really say low is 2,500 to 3,000. I did start at 1,500, so you can do yours. But like I'm saying, pretty soon you want to get up to probably 2,500, 3,000 to give a real result. And people show up, I find, almost at the level that they pay for it. That's one of the reasons we charge a high ticket course. What do you show up for? I mean, people have tons of $100, $200, $50 courses that they never finished and did. They drop 2,500, 5,000, they show up. So given these life-changing results, my fee is just, write this down on your mission sheet. This is that one sheet of paper. It can go two-sided, that's fine. But given these life-changing results, my fee is just 1,500, 2,500, write it down. It's worth it. And then you can write, I close this amount of clients per month at an enlistment fee of this price, earning your goal per month. Remember we said, what's your happy dance goal? Well, down the road, it might be 25K a month. Could seem high, but if you're selling 5K a course 2 years from now, you really are the leading edge laser surgeon, that's a pretty good deal. 5 courses, you only need to have 5 sales to make 25K. That's why this works. If your clients show up, you get the right people, and you get the result. And then you have a lot of more free time. You're not spending all your time with one-on-ones and this. They're doing the video trainings, I close this number of clients. Let's say you're starting with a number of, more modest number of 2,500. If you want 10K a month. Hey, Claudia? Claudia. Okay. If you want 10K a month, that's, sorry. Hey, Claudia, can you turn that off, please? All right, sorry, we'll close up here. So you just put, I close number of clients per month at an enlistment fee of this price, earning this goal per month. And that's how you get to your numbers. Maybe you want to say, hey, I'm going to start with 5,000 and do 2,500 a month. Well, guess what? That's only 2 sales. Maybe it's 500 and you do 15. You want 5,000, but you do 1,500. Great. You have a day job, but you're just starting off, 3,000. That's 2 sales at 1,500. What a nice income. And you grow this. You can change this. I close this number of clients per month at an enlistment fee of this price, earning this goal per month. That's your mission statement. And then it's good to have a list. I do this because I like to support my family. I love to heal people and be of service. I love to see results in the world. I'm a leader in this. People need this. Whatever those lists is, write your heaven, because I want to travel the world and heal the fuck out of people. That's what most people say. If you just put that in the energy of it's hot, great. But write your list so you know why you're doing that. And that's your mission statement. And we get these things that we're talking about: contribution, lifestyle, and income. So, mission statement is: I help group of people solve, achieve this result or problem so that they get a benefit. I only work with clients who, one, two, three. I absolutely reject clients who, one, two, three. Without my help, these clients will, and then you list these things that they're stuck with. One, two, three. This makes their life a living hell because the long-term costs. With my help, these people will. Three, like miracle things that happen through yang medicine in your specific signature work. This benefits everything in their life because we get these three long-term benefits. And I do this by, you list the milestones of your course, and that's it. You've given these life-changing results. My fee is just, 2,500, 5,000, 1,500. I close number of clients per month at an enlistment fee of this price, earning your goal per month. And then you can write your list, because I want to heal the fuck out of people and travel the world. I want to do this and that. I want to help addicts get their lives back, and I know how to do it. Write your list of why you're doing this. And that's our course clarity. I want you to read it daily in the morning. When you do your gratitude, read that. Get it clear. You can refine. Read it throughout the day. I read it before I do classes. I read mine before I do an agitate post. I do it before breakthrough calls. I do it in the sun with the star schematic to build my energy and really live and embody what I'm doing. And I suggest you do the same. Go in the star. Do the mastery work with this. Read it in the sun. Build your energy around this and watch people come in. Watch the law of attraction work through this as you take a very specific strategy to share this work. So our light mission today was, one, to do a light leader review. You know bioenergetics, the 5 types. You know process work. You know shadow work. You know dream therapy. Congratulations. And now we're learning the high ticket courses. So we learned the 5 C's of light leadership: courage, certainty, courage, confidence, compassion, and curiosity. I think I had compassion second. You learned high ticket sales, our game plan, which is we create a mission statement, course clarity. Then we communicate to warm networks in a specific way about result, not the process. This is like an 8 to 10 week course, maybe 12 if you want. And then we learn how to do a Facebook group with more of a cold network. And then we learn how to do enlistment calls, which we'll cover. And today we did your signature course clarity plus mission statement: who you'll work with, who you won't, what your signature offering is, what breakneck problem it solves, what are the heavens and the hells of it, what your offer is, what you energy exchange financial is for it, and why you're doing it, and how many you do per month. And that's how you start a career. That's how you have a real career. I'm writing these posts like, is your light healing career real or theoretical? This is how you have a real professional career. So once again, thank you. Thank you all for your resilience in going through this course. We had a little bit of cursor work going on, and I hope you sat there and you wrote down all these things you need for your unique work. You'll have your own challenges as you do your course, so just remember this one. Now, upcoming, we have the Golden Age, Schematic 5 Advanced Techniques. Aren't you going to love this? We are going to go through enlightenment training. We are going to go deeper into this glorious golden melting technique to get your whole core up to 90-95%. And we're going to do mission mastery. We have your extreme communication. We're going to learn how to clearly communicate so people reach out to you for calls. You're not reaching to them so much. They want to know you. They want, because they're going through it too. You're going to learn how to do a really powerful Facebook group. It's most of what I use to get clients. It's amazing how that works with the right strategy. And we're probably most importantly going to show you how to do breakthrough calls like no one else on the planet. It's an amazing process. It uses bioenergetic process work that you've been learning throughout this course. And man, is it really great for having people see where they're at and signing up for their future and their next level selves. So thanks again. Extra pat on the back for going through this one, Mission Mastery. We had a little bit of a plow, but we got it done. And that's what I want. I want a result. So sit down. For those that want their light mission, make sure to do this. Get your mission statement. Claudia and I, we print them out and laminate them. It's something special. Heck, you could frame the thing till you get your Yang medicine certification in the mail. Maybe it's the first thing you hang on your professional wall. And then your certification is the second. That's the high ticket courses. That's clarity. Congratulations. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. You finished this. You wrote it down. You've got that solid. Now, what's your one mission? Go out today, go out tomorrow, read it, embody it, and be it. Thank you again, everyone, for being on Mission Mastery, and I'll see you on the mountain.